What if I was reincarnated as in my hero, with the on tricks from Ben 10? Our story starts with main character Jack. He's walking one thing when he got hit with a truck. He talks with Jack. God says that you got hit with a truck and you died, but I will give you a wish. Check, think about it for a minute. He says, I want to be in my hero from the anime. I want to have the honest trick. God says, okay. Jack also says, can I keep my appearance? God says, yes, text. Says, thank you. Jack says, can I ask for 2 more things? God says, sure. Jack asks, can I have Heat Blast, Diamond, Head, Chroma, Stone, Brainstorm, and Neck, Jet Ray Shark Squatch, Spider Monkey, Rabbit Attack, and Big Chill as aliens? And also an X can also be upgraded so I can have more aliens and more functions. God says, yes. Jack says, thank you. God says, now you will be in the world of my hero. Axes one last thing. How old will I be? Jack says, you will be 16. And for your next question that's going through your head, you'll be starting at season 1 of my hero. Okay, Jack wakes up with a blue arm tricks on his wrist. Jack says this was not a dream. He pushes the button on scanning through all the hands, all the ends that he asked for. He works at his new room. He looks at the orange one last time. Instead of it mean the green color, it's the blue color. Jack says, nice. He goes downstairs seeing that he has another. Jack's mother says, hi, what's wrong? Jack says nothing. Should he tell his new mother about the only tricks besides to keep it a secret for now? Jack says he'll go out for a little bit. Jack's mom says don't be out too late. Jack goes into an alley to hide from the public. Jack says I've been waiting all day to try this out. Jack pushes the button on his watch. The dial flips up. He turns it and then turns into fast track, a blue and black, and that's very fast. You weren't around the city trying to see he's thinking inside his head. I really here in my hero universe. God said, I'm in season 1 right now. I wonder what school I go to. Maybe I can become friends with the main character and maybe help them out a little bit. Now, how do I transform back? Maybe is it like the old tricks or is it like the other tricks? Well, you hit the symbol on the chest and you transform back by thinking about it. Jack tries to transform back. He hits the badge on his chest. He transfers back. Jack says that's good, so I don't have to worry about this. Probably still has a time limit, but at least I can change back when I want to. Jack turns back into fast track. He goes back home. Before he goes inside his house, he transformed back to normal. Jack goes back inside his house. Text mom says, you're finally back. Jack says yes. Jack says what school hears about the school, and it seems that familiar, he says inside his head. This is the school that the main character goes to, but it seems like this is the final year or about the graduate. Jack's mother saying that you're going to be late for school. This is the last year in this school. Jack's mother says, I'll take you. Jack says, I'll walk. Jack also says, have a good day. Jack's mother says, you have a good day too. Jack goes to an area where no one can see him. He transforms into fast track again to make it on time for school. Then he finds a good area, not too far away from the school, to transform back to normal. Walks into the school. Jack walks into the classroom. He sees Bakugo pick on Deku. Jack walk to Deku. You have some encouragement. Jack says, are you okay, Deku? I'm okay, Deku. Jack, it's you want to eat lunch? Deku. Jack is remembering how much a jerk Bakugo was in season 1 and Strong Deck. You actually becomes in the series later down the line. I will thank you, Bakugo. Check is saying, should I interview? I don't think I should intervene, at least. Not yet. Do you want to get his powers? Now, waiting until the end of the day, Jack tells you are going home early. Texas says, okay, I'll see you later. Jack finds a spot to transform Big Chill. He turns into Big Chill. His skeleton being rearranged, his wings big. Chill hat, freeze bar, and he can fly invisible and go intangible. So he used his picture to go invisible to watch decking in secret as the ledge. You feeling goes towards deck. Remember how this went. Take you grab onto all night when he was kinda lying. Oh my turns back to normal because of his timer. He tells you everything that happened, why he has a timer, and how he got into the big fight. He also gives me the same speech that happened in the show, that how he cannot be hero without a power. Deku was crying. Jack was saying, this is sad. Bakugo gets captured. Deku saw Bakugo before he had time to think he was moving. His legs were already running twinkle inside his brain, thinking of all the strategies of trying to help Bakugo. He throws his backpack and he's trying to get the sludge off of Bakugo, is also saying like, "Why are you here, Deku? Yes, I can just stand there and let you die." Walmart gets inspired, goes past limits, transforming into his muscle form. 100% of his power to his special life. United States of Smash. All my punches, the sludge fill. With 100% of his power, Shockwave clear his health. Mount Lady is protecting people on smiling like his fist in the air and having a smile. Deku was getting chewed out by the other heroes. Deku, I was walking home, I can go a little way, was saying thank you. Then All Might shows up, saying how brave it was and what was happening to him during that moment, and he tells him that his power, it can be given. The name of his power is One for All. Deku, thank you, started to cry. Check inside his head, yes, finally. Jack goes home. Jack goes to a spot where he can transform back to normal without being seen. Then he goes inside his house. His mom saying, "How was your day?" Jack says it was something, a monster attacked. Deck tried to save one of our classmates. Mom said, "Is he okay?" Jack says All Night was there, so he was being okay. I said, "I'm happy. You're very, very sad to lose a close friend of yours." Jack says, "I'm gonna turn in for tonight." Jack's mom says, "I'm gonna be good night." Text mom says, "See you in the morning." Jack in his head, a lot happening, but it's starting. Check goes to sleep and sees a system called the Army Trick System. Jack the truck. Jack says, "What is this? What is this?" So level. Check the system. Has a lot of bunch of aliens in the completed all tricks. That's one of them, and they have more transformations that I can turn into. Sweet, Jack says. Jack wakes up, so this is all? So now I have a gang system. Jack asks the system, "How do I get points for the awards?" The system says you have to do to get rewards. The system says, "First quest, give the UA Superhero High School." Jack said, "Okay, training." Began getting ready. Jack starts dreaming with his aliens, starting some new ones like Atomic Crash. Jack practices with his new transformations, getting ready for the exam to get into UA High School. Check goes to check on Deku. He said, "What are you doing here?" "I was just doing some training with my own." "How are you doing?" Deku says, "I'm doing some more training." Jack says, "Don't overwork yourself." Deku, he says that this is my chance, you achieve my dream to be a hero. Jack says, "We've been friends for a very long time. I know how much you want this, you'll achieve it. I know you will, but you're doing all this training for a reason. You have a work now power, Deku." Thank you says, "Yes, I do have one." Jack says, "Oh, so it seems like you're a late bloomer. Don't work too hard. It's only a few things before the exam. A couple days he's passed. There's finally time for the exam." Jack and Deku walk then. Deku trips, Momo uses her float. Powers to catch Deku, catches his footing. It says thank you to Momo. Momo introduces herself and says hi, and Jack says nice to meet you too. My sterner friend is Izuku Adora. Mama says, "Okay, I hope we all do good luck to the both of you." Deku and Jack says likewise present. Mike speaks on the microphone and says, "Please, all participants start at the starting line of the exam. Here's the rules when you first hear the buzzer. Then, you can go, but here's the rules. Each robot you destroy, you'll get points. 321. Go. Jack turns into fast track down with his super speed, getting a lot of points. Jack was also trying to save some people too from the giant robot. Jack also wanted to check on Deck. Jack says, "And this episode is making me activate his power for the very first time. He is his powers, but I'm gonna make a little change. I'm gonna help this time." Already happening. Where I should probably do is make sure everyone's okay. All my and the rest of the teachers are looking at the students on the camera. That Jack is very versatile using his powers. But Deku picked up a piece of the broken and break the brakes over the robot. Momo gets stuck. Deku sees her and starts running. He activates his power One for All. Focus on his legs, energy, jumping, getting close. Jack says, "I remember this. I should probably turn into forms and help him." Check remembers in the episode that he almost falls. I should help him, that's what he says in his head. Jack quick changes into forearms and meets Deku at the top. Jack and his friends help Duke check texts. Deku Jack makes sure that Deck is safe. Present. Mike says time is up. Jack transports back Deck. Ask him what transformation was. That Jack says that's my forearm for, it's one of my strongest forms. Jack says your arm doesn't look too good. I think you use too much. Jack says, your arm doesn't look too good. I think you use too much power. It looks like it really hurts. Duke, as it does. Recovery Girl comes rushing to use her power to kiss Dick's cheek, and she heals his hand and his whole body. Momo says, thank you. Jack and Deku. You're welcome. A few hours passed. Deck transforming power is pretty awesome. Jack says, look, at you destroyed the whole robot, Duke says. No, without your help, Jack says you could have.